Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys 3 NFT platforms that are best, in my opinion, for beginners. Now there are a few things you guys have to keep in mind if you're a beginner getting into NFTs in 2022. The first thing that comes to my mind is the fact that it's a little tough to get your feet off the ground to truly understand what it is you are doing. And I've made a ton of videos on this, and I'll link one down below in the description if you're looking to learn more. But the idea here is that we're going to look through platforms that make things a little simpler for those that are looking to just spend some money, not a fortune, but some amount of money on NFTs. So with that being said, let's get right into it, folks. Now, the first platform that comes to mind is going to be Solenard. And this might seem different from a lot of other lists out there because Solenard, in my opinion, is objectively the best platform you guys could be on right now. Well, why? Well, these projects here, for the most part, are a little bit better than a lot of the other ones on some other Solana websites out there. Unfortunately, with Magic Eden and Digitalize, they're fine platforms. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just they're a little less vetted in terms of the projects they list. They list a little bit more projects and don't pay as much attention to quality. Solenard has a reputation for having some higher quality projects on here, and to be honest with you, if you were to look through any of these 6 coming soon projects that are always being listed, I would say over 50% of them are going to see a surge in price once they are listed on Solenard. So if you are able to snag any of these at mint, I would say you'll probably make a little bit of money once they go live on Solenard. Now, that's not me endorsing these 6 projects. I have no idea if these are good, but the idea here is that hopefully, if you are paying attention and doing your due diligence, you will find some projects that are going live on Solenard and going to be able to profit as best possible. Now, it also makes it very easy to look at different collections available, and you guys can, of course, sort these by volume over the past 7 days. So it shows you exactly how much Solana has been spent on all of these different projects out there, and it definitely gives you an indicator of which ones are performing well. They're also conveniently listed here, and you guys should just search for a collection if you want to. Now, when we take a look at the stats page, you guys can see it provides a ton of different statistics on volume, floor price, all of that. So you guys can see some of which are having massive increases in floor price, some of which are having, massive decreases in floor price. It really all depends, but the idea here is that we are able to look through this, try to find a project that, gives us a good assessment of how a project is performing, and then from there can work our way to making some profit. Before we get into the next platform, I wanted to let you guys know about my Patreon, which is linked down below in the description. If you guys are interested in getting exclusive content from me, including bi-weekly calls where I go over your NFTs, provide daily trade signals when I buy and sell a crypto or an NFT, and complete access to Matt's NFT dojo, make sure to check it out down below in the description. I would love to have you guys over there, and it's my mission to make this the best $10 you've ever spent. So the next platform I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about is going to be OpenSea. Now, OpenSea is, in my opinion, the most popular crypto platform out there for buying and selling NFTs, and for good reason. They have an insane amount of buy and sell volume going on this platform every single day, and this is basically your go-to place for the latest and greatest anything in the NFT industry, because Ethereum NFTs are constantly being launched. There's a gajillion of them that are constantly coming out, and if you find the right one, you could very easily make a nice profit. Now, the difficult part is having the initial budget to afford some of these projects. Now, I let you guys know about one of these projects on here, Fanta Bear, in a previous video when its floor price was around half of what it is now. Unfortunately, I did not have the initial budget to be able to buy this, so I was not able to reap the rewards. But if you guys would have been on my Patreon, you guys may have seen an update similar to something like this. Whenever I do announcements, sometimes we see a project that decides to do better. Of course, I can never guarantee it, but I try to give some insights based on what I see rising on OpenSea. So OpenSea is really the place to look and find projects that are going to be the next 100x. Unfortunately, with Solenard, you run into a bit of an issue with the fact that Solenard is just smaller in scale. The Solana NFT industry simply isn't as big as Ethereum. So when we're browsing here on OpenSea, sure, a lot of these projects are going to be garbage. It's just the way things work. But if you find the right one, you could very easily reap a 100x, where on Solana or Tezos or any other blockchain becomes a little tougher, since there's just not enough money in it to really frequently see 100x's. Now, the issues with OpenSea that I think a lot of people can agree with is the fact that the gas fees for Ethereum are just very, very high. So if you are looking to buy and sell Ethereum NFTs, you're going to need a little bit bigger of a budget to start off, since every time you do it, you will have to pay $100, $200 in Ethereum, which is a lot of freaking money for a picture of a JPEG sometimes. I mean, it really is. So definitely, again, this is a great platform. It's great access to, the latest and greatest things going on, but it is a little bit more daunting to get into. You can lose a little bit more money a little faster than some of the other platforms, yet I still do think the access that you have is overall worth it. The final platform I wanted to talk about with you guys is Wearable. Now, the reason why I like Wearable is it has a very clean UI. It has some bidding options where you could bid on projects, but what I particularly love about Wearable is the fact that you could go on here and look at different blockchains at once. More specifically, have the opportunity to look at Flow and Tezos NFTs. So, for example, Tezos is a blockchain that is a lot less popular than Solana and Ethereum, but the good news is you could get a lot of these Tezos NFTs for a lot cheaper than a lot of other projects out there. So, if you wanted to spend $10 on an NFT, you could do that with a Tezos NFT, and in a year or two from now, if for whatever reason Tezos pops off, you make a heck of a lot of money. Now, again, the risk here is going to be higher. The chances of success with something like Tezos or Flow is going to be a lot less, but the amount of money you're putting in is also a lot less. So this is definitely something to keep in mind, because really all it takes is a few YouTube videos or tweets from the right people to send people flocking to something like this. Now, we saw this happen, of course, with Solana, and I remember the rise of Solenard here. Long before all these projects were on here, I remember looking at Solenard at the very, very beginning when all they had listed were just a handful of them. So again, it definitely does take the right person to mention this, and either Flow or Tezos could have a very nice run. And again, I think this does make things a little bit easier. I think this makes access a little bit better, considering you don't need to spend an astronomical amount of money to buy your first NFT. I think this is a great way to learn the process, to get started with wallets and understanding smart contracts and all of that. So if you're looking for probably the most well-rounded platform with the most amount of variety in terms of budget and UI, I definitely think Wearable does provide that. That means, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more daily NFT videos, and make sure to check out the Patreon down below in the description if you guys would like to join Matt's NFT Dojo. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. My name is Matt. See you guys on the next one. Peace.